Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Paige the Python, where we read picture books in order to give Paige more stripes. This week our theme was trains, so I have a couple books that I picked out for the kids. The first one, we did not read this one cover to cover, but it's called How Trains Work. This was a really excellent nonfiction pick for most of my kids. We didn't read it cover to cover, but we did talk about how nonfiction books often have a lot of pictures in them where you have to read the information that goes with each picture. So this is going to count as a nonfiction book for us today. We also read All Aboard ABC, another nonfiction book, although in our library it was actually shelved with fiction. This was a really great alphabet book about all things related to trains. My absolute favorite part of this one was the letter Q was for quiet. So we talked about what quiet cars were on trains, and then when the students were lining up, I had them pretend to be quiet cars. So very good instructional piece on that one. That will also count as a nonfiction book. We, of course, had to read a classic, so we read a couple of short stories from Thomas the Tank Engine. These are good for a reason. The kids really like them, and they teach some important kind of social interaction lessons. We also learned what the word cheeky means, because Thomas is often described as being very cheeky. I'm going to put this in our other category for Paige's Stripes. The last book that we read is just called Train. This was a really cool story, watching trains follow along on their journeys and what all the different trains do, and it just had some really beautiful visuals and very calming words for the kids. So this was a great one to end our story time with. We really enjoyed this one, and this one's also going to go in our other category. So without further ado, let's give Paige some stripes. And here's what she looks like now with her 4 extra stripes. Check back in next week to see what we read next.